Hey guys, it's me Dal again. This is part number 2 of a video called, I don't know what to call it, just helpful stuff. In part 1 we talked about the ESRB ratings and the movie ratings and asking the question, why don't parents get babysitters or look at the rating system to see which movie is actually right for your child. And I gave a little sneak peek about this one, which is about restaurants and your kids. Now, a whole lot of media has gotten over these kid ban and stuff. I don't think kids should get banned. Okay? I just don't. But here's a just suggestion. Just throwing it out there. Take it or leave it. How about before you really take your child on the very first restaurant trip, why don't you just, like, teach them how to act and stuff? Just teach them, just work their way up. Just don't take them out until they're fully ready. They know what to do in a restaurant. But that's just throwing a curveball right there. Um, I don't hate kids, okay? I just hate the crying and stuff. I mean, we've all been there. You go into a restaurant and then all of a sudden you sit down and then you hear a crying kid over in there. Just go like, ugh, not again. Oh, what's even worse sometimes, and this is sometimes, I don't know if all parents do, but sometimes some parents, leave their child just to do that. Just crying and stuff instead of taking them outside or something like that. That's just rude, okay? There are other people around you and they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. It just baffles my mind that some parents just sit there and do nothing. And I'm sorry that this is sounding like a little bit hateful and stuff, but I really do want those kids to have a good time, but not if it means crying and shouting and stuff like that. I mean, I want to go to a restaurant to have a nice, quiet meal with my family, just a little bit of light talk and stuff like that. I know some kids have autism, and they sometimes can't control their volume and stuff like that. I can I can identify. I mean, I have autism. Sometimes they get all fidgety and stuff, but if you can just tell, like, the people around you that your child is autistic, they would understand. I would understand. And then I would go on merrily down my way. But if it's a normal, everyday child without any developmental problems or anything, then they're just crying and stuff, then it, it just blows my mind. Again, this could be putting up another babysitter scenario where you can just have a babysitter, but you want to have a meal with your family, your whole family. And honestly, guys, I don't really have much good tips for you. Honestly, I don't. I mean, there was a restaurant that banned crying children. I don't think you should ban children. No. But I do think that there should be, like, some sort of thing where the parents are told, please keep your child quiet, or something like that. Because, because I do like children, but I just don't want to hear them screaming, yelling, crying, all that when I'm trying to eat my food. I want to have a nice meal with my family. I want to go out to these nice, wonderful places like Cracker Barrel or Purple Cow, and just have a nice, quiet little meal with my family. But then there's like a bunch of little kids going around screaming their heads off. This is Those two places that I mentioned aren't Chuck E. Cheese's, for Christ's sake. They are regular, normal restaurants with waiters and waitresses and tables and menus and everything. These are normal, everyday restaurants. And some kids just go out and talk really loud and stuff. Again, just train your children how to act before they go out over to a restaurant. Just train them not to do that. Maybe public school systems can actually have a how to act at life class or something like that, where the school could teach them, hey, don't do this and don't do that, like don't cry during dinner or something like that. Even like over in preschool days, it's a no-no to cry or interrupt an adult while they're talking to another adult. It just it makes my mind go insane right now. So all I have to ask for you is please just either take your children out whenever they're crying and stuff, or just train them, or write a petition over to the U.S. Department of Education trying to teach our children how to act in public areas. I mean, sure, babies cannot control their crying. That's how they communicate before they can talk. All I'm asking you is just take your baby outside, for goodness sake. I don't care if you're in the middle of a meal. If your baby starts crying, take him or her outside, cry, and let us eat our meal. Okay? I don't hate children. I don't. I love children. I just can't stand the crying parts. Okay? Like, whenever I hear a baby cry, or I see a baby, it's just like, oh goodness. Here it comes. I know they're gonna cry at some point. And and sometimes I can understand that. Like, that's how they communicate and stuff. But if they go into a temper tantrum, that just makes me mad. Well, it does. And again, the parent doesn't do anything most of the time. So please, just, just, just take care of your kids. Okay? I love children, but what are you gonna do?